much for watching. Today's video is going to be a renter-friendly bathroom transformation. I gave you two options in my last video between dark and moody and bright and bougie. Well, let's see what I did to this bathroom. Again, everything's renter-friendly. Let's get started. It's DIY day and it's time to transform this bathroom. Are you ready? Let's get started. So in this bathroom, you can completely see that it is so cookie cutter. There is no personality to it. It's beige, it's brown, it's yellow, it's just boring. But guess what? It is a completely, before I will reiterate, it is a perfectly fine bathroom to move in and just live in. But I want to bring some more personality. I want to play around with color and things that I couldn't do in my last bathroom. This here is a nice size powder room. There's a lot of curves though on the walls. It's going to be not fun to do paneling and wallpaper on, but we will make it through. As you see, the mirror is lovely. I can't take it off the wall, so I'm going to be doing a DIY some other time. We're going to add some paneling. So that's what I'm doing right now, is measuring out how these are going to go. The paneling that I'm going to be using in the bathroom, just to see how high do I want it, make sure you measure everything out. Once you do that, you're going to take painter's tape and line that up on your wall, so for one, you get a visual of what it looks like, and then when it's time to paint, you will actually be able to use that same tape to make sure everything is lined up. Now I'm basically going to be protecting the sink, the mirror, everything that I do not want paint on. We're going to go around and use painter's tape. I'm going to be using a brush first to paint around all of my surfaces, and then I'm going to go in with a roller and finish the rest of the wall. But just to make sure everything is clean and perfect, I like to go in with a brush first and then go over with a roller. A brush just helps you get more detailed and in corners that you normally can't get into. Now here's a tip to have the most crisp wallpaper is do not let it dry 100%. See that? Perfect line. If you let it dry all the way, it will peel off, it'll have chips and things like that. Let it go till it's almost dry, then you want to peel it off. Look at that, perfect. You can really see how yellow the walls were before. Please tell me why people pick this color. I don't know. I had this problem in my last place. Now, what we're going to be doing is wallpaper. You want to roll it all out and make sure you line them up. One thing about wallpaper is that the panels are never the same on each panel, so you have to make sure that they all match together. So what I did is I used tape just to hold it in place from when I'm cutting it, and it's not shifting around, and it's going to save me in the future when I want to go back and cut another piece off. Once I cut a piece off, I basically worked on the wall that I cared about, that people are going to see first when you walk into the bathroom. I went and tried lining it up, and honestly, you can peel it right off if you mess up. Don't worry about that. So if you think you're not in the right spot, take it off. Once you have it lined up, you're going to work in medium, small sections and work your way down. You can use a card if you don't have one of the smoothing tools. I just wanted to be fancy now and actually invest in getting the proper products instead of being the true DIYer is you can do it with the stuff you have at home. You don't need this tool. You can use your credit card, your Metro card, or anything. But you do need an X-Acto knife. So what you do with a sharp X-Acto knife is, say you have an air bubble, you just want to use and poke a hole in it, the tiniest hole, just so you can smooth it out and get rid of that. So one of the pieces I cut off from the ceiling actually was the perfect fit for this piece here. So I'm just slowly matching the lines so it just goes seamlessly. Oh. Okay, now it doesn't want to go seamless. It was seamless, I promise. Oh, look at that, was seamless there. But here's kind of, oh, there we go. Okay, this trick is just using my hand. Just kind of massage them in to each other. Not completely. because once you pull it too much, it starts to stretch. Then you're just going to continue using your flat edge to smooth it out. Now it's time to cut off all the excess wallpaper on the ceiling. As you see around the bathroom, I told you, the wallpaper never lines up, so you will have extra wallpaper that has to be cut off, and that's what you have to make sure when you're measuring to buy your wallpaper, always account for excess. Now, what I'm going to use is a straight edge and my X-Acto knife just to trim along the ceiling edge and then pull it off. It's kind of satisfying when you get the perfect cut. All of this, get ready for this. And this is what the bathroom's looking like today. I decided to finish this last night. I still have to cut all around, but for the most part, I've gotten like the hard, well actually no. This is the long and tedious part. The hard part is going to be the chair rail to get the cuts even, especially for these walls that are not 90 degrees. So that's going to be fun. Put up this just so I can test from a different project that these are for, just to see like how high I want them and just to make sure everything. But yes, we're going to clean up this bathroom. I'm going to just tripping over everything. And then we're going to prep for the floors, and then I'm going to move to the chair rails. I feel like I should do the trim first and get that out of the way, but I feel like I want to measure the floors, clean the floors, so they're drying as I work on the chair rail today. So we're going to try to tackle two things today. Will we do it? I hope so. I hope so. Now it's time for the prep work. Always, always, always dry fit before you stick things down. I'm basically doing that because actually in my pack, the reason why I say dry fit is for a few reasons. Is you want to make sure that you like the way the tiles are laying out, but also you may get a pack of tiles that have stains, cracks, etc., just damage on them. You want to make sure that you're not stuck with them, or you know where they're going to be placed when it's time to place them down. Now what I'm going to do after I dry fit is lay down my barrier. I've used this barrier in many different projects in my apartment and for the bathroom, the kitchen, and other people's places. I personally love this because it doesn't shift and slide around. It actually has a bit of grip on the bottom, and so I like this product personally. Now what I'm going to do is use my X-Acto knife to trim around the sink, the baseboards, the toilet, everything, just to make sure that it's fit snugly in its place. I find this an easy product to work with also. And if you're using it in a bathroom or something that has all four walls, you do not need to tape it down to the ground. The friction of it will stay. Now, if you're using it in an open space, you may have to tape it to whatever surface has no wall. Now you can see that I got everywhere. I just measured it up to the wall. There's like tiny gaps, but they'll be fine, trust me. Like this would use a larger gap. I might close it up, but to be honest, because of how thick the foam is, it's like 4 millimeters or something like that, it usually won't actually ever touch the ground. But if you're worried, just cut a piece of tape or just cut another piece and put it there. This here is just shifted, but then once I move everything in place, it will fit perfectly. I cut around the vent, so you can see there. The vent's going now. Oh no! Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, just cut all the way around. And I have all my piles set for the order they're going to go in. Now for my tiles, I wanted to make sure that I had something that could still stand alone and be bold, but not so bold that it takes away or clashes with the wallpaper, because my main focus is the wallpaper. So I love these tiles because they're very simple, but they still make a statement. And I also did a different technique here where I'm actually going to lay them out, and I'm not going to use spacers like I did in my last bathroom. I'm actually going to be connecting them right to each other. So there's going to be no seams that I have to fill or caulk here. Just because the pattern, I want it to just look like it's a tile, because as you're renting, you can't actually put tiles down like this, but this one gives the illusion of it. As you see, I am peeling the back completely off just because I don't have to worry about slowly adding them or making sure the space is correct. Here I cut out the sink as well as the little spouts that go in the back. It can seamlessly fit and you won't see a bunch of random gaps. It was a bit hard to like get it in the right configuration to like get it to fit, but once I did, it looked great. And so when you're sitting on the toilet, you don't see like a weird random gap there. And then here I worked around the toilet and cut there too. If you really want to see a detailed video of how I installed the floors, check out my last video where I did my bathroom flooring for my apartment. It's basically the same technique, using your box cutter to cut out all your pieces. But here I will show you how I measure out my pieces to make sure that they align properly. Here I just cut it out to fit my vent. And then I made sure the vent would fit correctly afterwards and there's no wiggles and fit snugly. Now here you'll see I flip it over to make sure that when I do go to stick it down, it will actually align with the pattern. And then I mark where it showed on the wall from measuring it that way. But then just to make sure that my measurements are correct, I then took my ruler and double checked the spacing, because this wall and this bathroom in general isn't a complete 90 degrees, so it's actually smaller on one end than the other. So once I measured that down, I stuck it in, and I'm just taking a look at seeing like, do I like it? I honestly do like the look that these floors do give, and I will finish the rest, don't worry, but we are going to move on to me working on the chair rail. So I decided that I wanted a chair rail and some paneling. At first I thought I was just going to do the chair rail, but then later on I realized no, I think the paneling will actually pull everything together and give the complete look that I'm trying to obtain. So here I'm just measuring out how high will it need to be, what are my cuts, what are my measurements. Always double check and mark things off, because I did this earlier in the beginning before I painted, but you want to make sure you double check again that your measurements are going to be correct. Here I already painted all my panels before cutting them, so I have a bit of scuffs on them after me cutting them. So I'm just taking a dry erase marker, cleaning them up, and then I'm going to line them on the ground and make sure they line up properly, because this is the time you actually want to make sure that everything's correct before sticking them on the wall and realizing you have to go cut them again. But yes, the dry eraser marker was my best friend for this project, because the amount of scuffs from the saw was insane. I did actually cut this differently than I did in my apartment video, which I will put a video up for that some other time. Now here, this is where I'm using some double-sided tape to stick the pieces to the wall. And then I'm going to use my leveler to make sure that everything is straight and balanced and make sure there's not any wonky lines. You don't want that, especially when you're trying to line up paneling. So I would line it up, my leveler on there, make sure everything's correct, and I'll stick it down. And the double-sided tape is actually on the wallpaper, so it doesn't peel off the walls. The hardest part about this project for the chair rail is honestly just cutting it and getting the angles correct. Sticking it on is easy, but measuring it to get the cuts right, that is where you will have some difficulty. My last piece of chair rail. Once the camera comes on, I completely forget. So it's going to be slightly uneven. I'm going to admit that right now. And it's not going to be the perfect fit. I have to cut both of the mirror pieces again. I was trying to get the perfect angle around the mirrors. I tried two different techniques, so like when I pan the camera, you'll slowly see it. I think I like the way this cut is and how it hugs around the mirror over that one. I'll just show it to you. This one here, it kind of like dips in like under, and then it has a cut thing, and it just doesn't go actually all the way to the mirror. So I do this cut on it the next time to make it longer by like an inch, so it's just gonna look slightly awkward. What the heck, I can't peel it off. Come on, there we go. The last chair rail piece. Okay, since I'm redoing it, ignore the fact that there's a gap and the fact that it's not touching the mirror yet. I need a break for the bathroom. I want to finish the bathroom and we'll come back at another date. I just have to make it presentable for, you know, when people come over. Some of the wallpaper underneath, so I'm just going to take my knife. Hopefully you can see. I'm just going to drag along the bottom. Now here's the fun part where we get to actually see everything come together. Since we already did our prep work by cutting it, painting it, and measuring it out before sticking it on, this is quite easy. All you need to do is make sure all your pieces are lined up and in the right spot when you stick them. So make sure you measure that your width is the same each part. I made sure that on one side of the bathroom I have 3 panels and the other side I have 2, but I'm using this to make sure that it's straight, and then I'll go back with my leveler and correct anything that needs to be corrected, and then to stick the other pieces down. But since I already measured it on the floor, I already know that everything's lined up. Okay, so I'll take these off. Decided I'm gonna go to my garage and cut one more piece, like one more set of trim to go over the toilet. Because when I'm looking at the toilet, like, I feel like this wall just looks super plain compared to all the other walls. So I'm gonna cut a piece and let it hit into the window just to tie everything together, because I just feel like this wall is just very bare, especially just right here. It's like nothing. I'm not gonna go around the sink just because that mirror, again, this is not, I think if I just do the toilet, it'll be fine. We're gonna go cut some wood in my, oh my God, look, I got a car. I mean, I guess you guys didn't know that I can't drive, but I'm getting my license and I have a car. I'm gonna be no longer a passenger princess. I mean, I'll always be a passenger princess, but yeah, so I'm in driving school right now. And it's about that time. Didn't think I was gonna pull this out today, but I was done with my trim. Always lock your doors behind you. Okay. Let's see. I just have to lose about 2 inches. Okay, let's get this off of me. Oh. I have to lose about 2 inches of height. I don't know if it's gonna look very awkward next to the other ones because I had to cut it off because I accidentally cut both ends at an angle. So, okay, this works. And I guess you guys will see at the end of the video how it turned out. Okay, I don't know if I want to keep this in because everyone says I talk so much, just get to the point. But I am sitting, I got a little pillow. I tried doing the stool, but it doesn't work. Got a pillow. I'm literally sitting here. Ooh! With the tiniest paintbrush, okay? Super tiny. I'm painting the trim, like all of the edges that got messed up when I cut the wood, because I already painted it. So all the little spots that are messed up, I've been sitting here for over an hour and a half painting. I did that side, now I'm on this side. And I'm just getting all of the cracks. So that's how detailed I'm trying to be. Hopefully it looks good in camera. I'm still questioning. I do feel like I might need to paint over the trim maybe one more time. But I don't know. I think it might be okay once I touch up all the little spots. But yes, I am dipping the brush in paint. And then, where's the spot? Okay, I have to go up there. Never mind. Not gonna show you what I'm doing because I have to go up now or close the door. Ooh, don't want to drip on my leggings. But yes, that's what I'm doing. I am painting every little tiny spot with my paint. What I'm going to do is finish this up, caulk the perimeter of the floor tiles, and I think that's it. And then after decorate, I'm still debating if I even want to decorate. I feel like that might be a whole other video because I'm just really stressing. I don't know what I want to do because the wall that I would decorate, I'm wondering if I want to put a shelf on it or if I want to decorate it. And so I'm like, do I just make a separate video decorating and styling it? I don't know. Shelf is gonna take away from the wallpaper in the mirror because that's like what I want to stand out. And I thought about doing an art piece on the wall, but then I don't know what kind of art I would do on the wall. I want to do maybe textile, not really like a print because the walls. So I'm gonna figure that out, and we're gonna get the scene you see is gonna be styling the bathroom and then the final results. I hope you guys like it. I'm so excited. You know, everyone's gonna stop talking so much, but like skip a minute and 20 seconds or something. But if you guys seen my apartment videos, like I've always wanted a house. I've always wanted to decorate and have more spaces to create, and the fact that I have this one, I'm really happy and grateful for, and I'm super excited to show you guys everything that I create. And you know, I'm not as emotional as like when I did my other bathroom, because that bathroom was a wreck. But this was just like a simple cookie cutter bathroom. I just really wanted to add personality, or my personality. And my last bathroom, I just wanted to make it feel clean and sanitary and just like, you know, I want to be in there. And now I have 3 bathrooms, so it's just like, what the heck? So I'm excited to show you guys everything that I do. And for all the people that think I yap so much, let's cut to decorating.
I need to step back. Constantly online, causing me setbacks too. Every day see so many people doing the things you do, and they're doing it better too. Whoa. It's like, why should I even try when there's always some other guy who's way ahead of you, but makes it look easy? Why would they need me? Oh, I hear it now. I'm just being needy. I try not to envy you, to get angry you do it better than me. I try not to hate myself, to lose confidence, but you always do it better than me. I just wanna be loved like you. I just want them to see me too. Just wanna be the one they choose. Yeah, I just wanna be loved. That's really, really cool.
I love how this bathroom has turned out. Personally, I love the wallpaper. I love the paneling. I'm glad I did not just do the chair rail and that was it. I'm glad I just went completely all out because it's so much brighter. It's so luxe in there, and it's just giving. It's giving. That's all I can say. I don't know what it's giving, but it's giving bougie. It's giving rich auntie. It's giving like, whose house is this? It's my house. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys love it and try it out for yourself. Find your favorite peel and stick wallpaper and make a feature wall. Do half of the wall if you really want to. It's honestly a simple DIY that I think anyone can do in any bathroom or bedroom. So I think you guys should try it out. Look out for part 2, where I am going to transform the mirror, add other decor and stuff like that for my bathroom. It's not done yet. This is just part 1. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you're always up to date on all the transformations I create. Bye, lovelies.
But self that comes easy and